Hi, team. Thank you so much for jumping on today. A little bit of change today in terms of how we talk about what was the Monday Morning Pep Talk. I'm changing the name of it to Take Flight Weekly. I'm trying to put a focus on um, the Take Flight brand, and I'll explain why in this call. But Take Flight Weekly, episode number 291, from status quo to mastery, building your 2026 business plan now. And again, welcome to this 291st episode of what is now Take Flight Weekly, formerly known as my Monday Morning Pep Talk. What I want you to do today is just really just take a minute to pause and reflect, not just on your current business, but on who you're becoming as a professional. And as we launch into the fall of 2025 with our sights set on 2026, yeah, I said it, 2026. We are we are always 6 to 9 months out. We need to be looking at our business that far out. You know, I'm leveling up this podcast, and at the same time, I'm inviting you to join me in leveling up your business. This season is not about maintaining the status quo. Okay, it's about mastering your next level. And I do know that you've made it through Q1 and Q2. You caught your breath in July, and now it's August of 2025. You're starting to feel that familiar restlessness that happens in the summer. You're feeling it. Everybody I'm talking to is feeling it. The wheels are turning. It got a little slow. Kids are going back to school. If you're in a primary market, I know some of you that are in second home markets, especially up in the mountains, are not feeling slow right now, but we know that these wheels are turning, and you'll be ready to get back at it once this August, what I always love to call the no-fly zone, passes. I feel it too. I feel it too. I'm an entrepreneur at my core. I'm one of you. And I will tell you, in the coming episodes, you're gonna get a heavy dose of visioneering, mindset, planning, execution, time management. That's what you're going to get from me over the coming months, because these are the areas that we really need to focus on when we start the idea of business planning. I want to remind you that in our business, most of you listening are from the real estate industry. Our business starts October 1, right? Because if we don't start October 1, our fiscal year, January 1 through December 31st, will get off to a slow start. We have to win Q4 in order to get into a good place for the following year. I for many years my business planning course was called Championships Were Won in the Fourth Quarter, and I truly believe that. So we need to be thinking this way. Before I get further in the call, I want to remind you of my purpose, and that is to help you, the full service advisor and entrepreneur, become more productive and more fulfilled. Why? Because I feel that happy advisors and entrepreneurs, they just produce more. So I want you to listen today as if we're here one-on-one in my office, because this is your coaching session. So why am I moving to Take Flight Weekly? I know many of you have been listening to me for a long time, and you're used to the Monday morning pep talk, and I get it. And I love it, and been an important part of this journey of mine. Started in 2014 as a pep talk. It's how I had 15 of our Jameson agents on a call, and and that's how we started. And I'll tell you that the reason for the change is that I am not here just to pump you up, okay, to get you motivated. I'm here to coach, I'm here to challenge you, and I'm here to equip you with strategy. Now, pep talk implies motivation alone, but Take Flight Weekly is something deeper. entrepreneurship, simplicity, consistency. It's all about doing fewer things better and operating your business like a seasoned pilot with purpose, data, and of course, a steady hand on the controls. Now, when I started this personal development journey back in 2008, really truly when I moved from being a generalist to being a business owner, um, I will tell you that Tony Robbins' content was so important to me because I had to start with my mind. I had to get my mind right. And when I would listen to him, I felt that, right? And I still do. There's nobody better at it. And what he will say is, and I'll never forget this, he says, I am not here to motivate you. I don't want to be known as a motivator. I'm here to give you strategy. And that word kept coming up, strategy, not motivation. And Tony has a powerful quote I want you to remember. People are not lazy. They simply have impotent goals. That is, goals that do not inspire them. What they need is not motivation, but what they need is strategy. And on this week's email that is in support of this week's podcast, I put a Tony Robbins video about strategy. And there are three S's that he talks about in that his 8-minute video. And he'll go into, there are two other things, and I'll let you watch before I give you the other two. But strategy is part of the three S's. There's two others that he'll bring up, and I'll let you go listen to that when it comes out here. Attached again to this transcript. The statement of strategy over motivation really rings true to me today. I'm here to build winners, okay, at life and business, and that comes via creating a repeatable strategy. And again, I want everybody to listen, but if you're going to listen to this podcast, come knowing that because of it, you're going to get better. That's why I'm doing it. I'm doing it for impact, my way of giving back. And anyway, it takes us to strategy, that word again. And what does that really mean? Well, strategy isn't about more effort. Rather, it's about more focus and alignment towards what you do truly want. Entrepreneurs want things. Entrepreneurs want things. And I was reminded of that when I just got done reading 10X is Easier Than 2X by Dan Sullivan and Dr. Benjamin Hardy. Entrepreneurs, what makes us different, there's only 6 to 7, 8% of the population are entrepreneurs that are crazy enough to do what we do every single day. But the reason and the thing that makes us different is because we want things. So applying strategy requires deciding that your current business version isn't the final one. We're never done. We're never done. And it means identifying friction in your life and business and replacing it with flow. What's not working? You guys hear me talk about audits and Q3 audits, et cetera. It's like, it's about identifying the things that don't work and eliminating them and getting better at the things that do. And that's flow. And it means, like I said, auditing the pieces of your operation that feel bloated, overbuilt, or unnecessarily complex and asking, what would this look like if this process was simpler and less complex? What would it take? Complexity fails, simplicity scales. I just heard that quote. I loved it. Complexity fails, simplicity scales. Friction is the opposite of flow, and it's very similar to if you were driving down the road in your vehicle and you had one foot, your left foot on the brake, and your right foot on the accelerator, pushing down on both, you're not going to get very far because you got negativity in one foot and you got all the action in the right. Flow is when you just sit back and you say, okay, I'm going to brake when I need to brake. I'm going to accelerate when I need to accelerate. And I'm going to move with traffic. That, my friends, is flow. And so as we get into the fall, your fall action plan, do what elite advisors and entrepreneurs do. And that's start building your 2026 business plan now, not in January, not during a break, not when you'll get around to it. This is your season to reset, reconnect to your highest standards and operate like a CEO who sets vision, builds systems, protects time, and executes relentlessly. I'm just going to give you 5 examples today of things that you could do right now. Your tactical challenge. 5 examples on how to level up right now. Rebrand your calendar. Number 1. Stop being busy. Time block like a CEO and build your week like a business plan in motion. Do you have a weekly business plan? If you take flight, you're aware of what that is, that weekly business planning session, that weekly meeting with yourself, normally on a Sunday night or Sunday afternoon or a Monday morning. If you want to win the week, you've got to win the day, right? It's all about winning your calendar. Number 2, pick your vital few. Choose 3 business initiatives and 3 personal priorities. These are your North Stars through December 21st and into 2026. What did you commit to during your Q3 audit? That was a nice little exercise, right? Got you thinking. What'd you do with it? What'd you do with it? Upgrade your standard operating procedures. Take your tire business out of the closet. Get rid of what doesn't work and add and make better those things that do work. Build a checklist, template, or automation around all of it. Rebucket. If you're running a team, you should be going through a rebucketing process. Is the right butt in the right seat doing the right thing? Number 4, audit your CRM, deep clean your top 100, prune your list, and re-engage it with purpose between now and the end of the year. When do you think most people make major life changes? They make them in Q4 when they're sitting around the dinner table at Thanksgiving and during the holidays. And your CRM better be charged because if they're not thinking about you, they're thinking about somebody else. Audit your CRM and then design your 30,000-foot plan. Start mapping the version of your business that operates by scaling. What would your business need to look like for it to be more predictable? Maybe even fewer clients with higher profits. Yeah, it can be done. We see it all the time. Team, I think you're seeing a different version if you've listened to this, if you listen to the pep talk compared to Take Flight Weekly. You're getting a different version of me here today. This is how I coach. 4, I was teaching. Take Flight Weekly is coaching in how I talk to people that are with me one-on-one. Sorry it took so long to get here, but for whatever reason, I had this epiphany over the last couple of weeks that, if I'm going to do this, I want to do it better and I want to do it well. This podcast has evolved because I'm evolving, not slowing down. I love what I do. I love working with my advisors at Jameson Sotheby's International Realty. I love my coaching business. And a lot of this, what you're learning is coming from thousands of hours, about 1,000 hours each year. I'm coaching and early in the morning, at night, midday, weekends. It will feel hopefully like a live session with me because that's what it is. You deserve real world coaching and training that speaks to your business complexity and your heart's ambition. I love to write. I would have never thought when I was in college that I would love to write and think. I was a hardcore salesperson, retail clothing. Was never someone that looked at writing as something I would want to do, but I love to think, I love to research, I love to write because I love people, you know? And I'm doing this out of my vision for myself, not out of ego. So, I'm here to help. My goal is to help as many advisors and entrepreneurs become the best version of themselves. That's why I'm here. And yes, that is authentic. So this is Take Flight Weekly. Different. So welcome to the next level. And I am trying to change for the better. And I'm ready to do it to help you. And I'm hoping that you're ready to jump on this flight with me. Because I'm going to challenge you. I'm going to speak the truth and I'm going to give you what I got. So hopefully you can be there each week. Take Flight Weekly. It's a part of my Take Flight course. Team, thank you. Have a great week. I'll be back on with you next week. Okay. Thank you so much.